Hockey fans, the Michigan Girls High School Hockey League playoffs are live and on the air. We are live here at the Arctic Edge of Canton for the Michigan Girls High School Hockey League playoffs. It is Cranbrook Kingswood versus Traverse City, the Bay Reps here today. Cranbrook Kingswood is 14-9 on the season. So the visitors, I just had to talk to some people here. The visitors, 14-9-0, Cranbrook Kingswood, their fourth place in Group B. These two teams did play versus each other. That'll be in the last five. So let's talk about the last five games for Cranbrook Kingswood. They lost to Washtenaw United 4-3 back on February 17th. They beat Livonia United 5-2 on the 19th of February. They played Traverse City. They lost to Traverse City 6-1 back on February 21st. On February 22nd, they beat Plymouth Canton Salem 6-2, and they beat Skyline Huron by a score of 6-2 on February 27th. Taking a look at the top scores for Cranbrook Kingswood, if my internet will help me out, Ashford has 57 points on 39 goals and 18 assists. Timco has 29 points on 16 goals and 13 assists. Lantigua has 27 points on 12 goals and 15 assists. Nor has 25 points on 11 goals and 14 assists. And then it is Sisaura has 19 points on 8 goals and 11 assists. Taking a look at Traverse City, they are 15-6-3, fourth place in Group A. Taking a look at their last 5 games, they played a couple teams at Big Bear Arena. I don't have any sort of it says TBD, but they lost one 3-2 and won the other one 3-1. They played Cranbrook Kingswood and beat them 6-1. They played Pioneer and the 22nd of February, beat them 7-0. and then played Ann Arbor here on Skyline and beat them 4-0. The top scorers is Sarah Outman, 25 points on 14 goals and 11 assists. Beamish with 21 points on 8 goals and 13 assists. Elvina with 18 points on 11 goals and 7 assists. Gillian Heisel with 18 points on 4 goals and 14 assists. And Schulte with 16 points on 8 goals and 8 assists. The winner here today will play the winner of the other game that's going on at the same time in the other rink. That is the Mid-Michigan Alliance versus Grosse Pointe North. So the winner here will play the winner of that game on March 5th at 7:30 p.m. here at the Arctic Edge of Canton. As we are about to get going here, here's the starting lineups. And we'll start off with Cranbrook on that side. So skating out, Norton is the goalkeeper. Number 13, Antone. Number 22, Knorr, starting defender. Ashforth, starting forward. Timko, another starter at forward. And Ahmad, the other starting forward. Now for Traverse City. Beamish comes out to the blue line. Wilson, starting center. Sarah Outman, number 9. Schulte, starting defender. Classens, starting defender. Harper Moore is the goalkeeper. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, the playing of the national anthem. You just want to point to a big flag over there. Awesome. Thank you. You're awesome. Sometimes the audio stuff doesn't like to work. As we're getting ready, Traverse City going from left to right there in their white sweaters. They have the Bay Reps logo on the front, dark stripes on the sleeves and across the middle, dark pants, white socks with dark stripes, and white helmets. On the other side, Cranbrook Kingswood. They're wearing the green sweaters with the dark blue numbers on the back. They have on the front, of course, they all choose to not face at that moment in time because that is Murphy's Law. I think they have Cranbrook in block lettering across the front. We'll see. As they have a net in the way. Anyway, but they're in the green sweaters with the dark pants, dark socks, and white helmets. As we're about to get underway, face-off right at center ice as both squads break from their goalkeeper. Indeed, it says the Cranbrook down diagonally across the front on the Cranbrook jerseys. And we're getting ready for some hockey here. Third game in this rink. We have 8 games overall happening today, so we have one more in this rink after this. If you want to come on down, we're in the second game in the second rink. So plenty of action coming here at the Arctic Edge of Canton. That pull back over, picking it up is moving it ahead is Schulte. Schulte coming down the near boards. That's fired all the way back deep by Sarah Outman. Sarah Outman into the near corner, centering attempt. That picked up in along the far boards is Schulte. Moving it back. High slot. That comes into the near corner. Picked up back over there by Beamish. That's sent all the way around the far boards. Chip back into the neutral zone. Here comes Cranbrook racing ahead with it. And moved over by Timko out. That loose and covered up. As Moore able to get a glove on it. 22 left to go. Here in the first. 0-0 is the score. Face-off in the near face-off circle. That's going to be to the right of Moore. In the near face-off circle. And it's Cobb taking the face-off back. As chipped into the neutral zone. Racing back, trying to get to that is Lantigua. Brought ahead, back controlling it. Back behind that pulled down as Gillian Heisel trying to get it out of the zone. The puck right back. And chipped ahead by Ahmad back into the Traverse City end. All the way back now, coming back with it. Picking it up down the near boards is Lantigua. Lantigua gets it over to Ashforth. Ashforth has that knocked away, brought right back in, back over there by Sloan Heisel. There's a shot that goes in along the end boards, trying to pick it up back over there is Sophia Outman. Puck all the way back and slips back as changing, and that'll race all the way back. Picking it up back there is Schulte. Schulte puts it down the near boards. Intercepted, being brought back in. Here comes Antone for Cranbrook. Steered into the near corner by Schulte. Schulte takes it back behind her own net. Schulte coming down the far board. Schulte ricochets it off the near board. And all the way back, gathering it up back over there is Nor. Nor moves it over down the near boards, over to Sick, gains the zone. Pulled back behind, coming down the near boards is Freely. Feely trying to get it off of the near boards. Also battling over there is Cooper. Puck comes right back behind. Feely fires it down the far boards. Now racing ahead with it is Cobb. Cobb gets it to center ice. That intercepted, moved down by Nor down the near boards. Trying to fire it in is Sauer. Chipping it. That pulled ahead by Cooper. Cooper getting it into the Cranbrook zone. Cooper trying to get his shot away. Battling back over there with Nor. That puck right back behind the goal and along the far boards. Kim trying to move it out of the zone. That's held in by Traverse City. Looking to get it into the slot and trying to pull that away. Cooper trying to get his shot away. That puck into the far corner. Racing over to get to it is Cobb. Right into the neutral zone. Moving over, trying to fire it in is Klassen. That is going to be offside, so that is going to come right outside of the Cranbrook zone. They'll have it in the near face-off circle. Oh, far face-off circle, excuse me. Outside the Cranbrook zone. Sophia Outman taking the face-off. Patel on the other side. That puck coming down the far boards, racing down with it. Sarah Outman trying to center it up. That out and in and a goal. Save. No, it was a goal. Excuse me. Forgive me. So goal by Traverse City. That one put in by Sophia Outman. Right at 12:02. Let's get that on the scoreboard. 1-0. Traverse City with the lead here in the first. 11:58 left to go. Puck all the way back in the Traverse City end. Trying to pull it down the far boards is Feely. So, unassisted goal by Sarah Outman. That pulled ahead. Coming in with it is Ashforth. Ashforth for Cranbrook has it at the blue line. Ashforth comes high slot. Ashforth trying to work her way in. At loose onto the near circle. Trying to pull that away is Feely. Feely into the near corner. That's sent all the way around. Picked up. Now fired all the way across by Sarah Outman. And down the near boards, racing ahead with it, Gillian Heisel. Gillian Heisel gets it into the Cranbrook zone. Trying to pull that away down the near boards. There's going to be a tripping call to Traverse City. That at 11-11. So tripping into the box goes Gillian Heisel. So puck comes back into the Traverse City zone. They'll be in the far face-off circle as Cranbrook with the extra skater. In to take the face-off is Wilson across the way. Ashforth on the other side. As that puck into the slot. Shot, good save by Moore. Puck in along the near boards. Trying to pull it away, trying to shove it back deep over there. Sarah Outman into the near corner. 10:57 left to go here, 1-0. Traverse City with the lead. Pulled back behind by Feely. Feely back behind her own goal, putting it in along the far boards. Gathered up there, trying to fire it back deep again is Ahmad. Right back behind the Traverse City net. That's sent down the near boards. Gathered up by Noor. Outside the near circle, now that pulled ahead. Racing down with it is Sloan Heisel. Fired it back deep. Right back behind the goal with it is Wilson. Wilson underneath the far circle. Wilson outside the far circle with it. Wilson trying to come in. That puck back. No one home. Right at the near point. Racing ahead with it. Fired by Timko. That goes right back behind the Traverse City goal. Picked up back over there by Schulte. Schulte sends it down the far boards. Right back into the neutral zone. 1 minute left on the power play to Cranbrook. 10:08 left to go here in the first. Schulte brings it into the zone. 1-0. Traverse City with the lead. Schulte outside the near circle. Picked up by Timko. Back behind the goal. In along the far boards. Trying to feed ahead is Sauer. Working to hold it in. Beamish at the far point. Outside the far circle. That chipped right to the far point. A good job to hold it in back there by Owens. Puck right back behind the Cranbrook goal. That comes all the way right into the slot. Backhanded shot. Big save back there by Norton. As that'll be covered up. As again, Sarah Outman right in front there. Looking for a rebound. Battling out front with Beamish. Norton able to cover it up. 23 seconds left to go in the power play. Face-off in the far face-off circle. And to Norton's right. Puck back into the far corner, trying to pull that away as Sarah Outman comes back outside the far circle. Centering attempt comes all the way back to the near point. Racing over to hold it in is Claessens. Claessens outside the near circle. Still battling a quartet of players trying to pull that away. That puck comes back right to the blue line. Now racing ahead with it is Hardy. Hardy gains his own. Hardy puts it into the near corner for Cranbrook. That puck tips right back into the neutral zone. Racing ahead with it. And stolen away is Sophia Outman trying to get it as that pulled right back in outside the near circle. Now Owens back behind the goal. Owens firing it down the far board. Held in at the far point. Good job by Cranbrook. That moved over. Parker trying to get to it outside the near circle. Gathered up by Feely, who goes back behind her own goal from the near side to the far side. 8:40 left to go. Here in the first, 1-0. Traverse City with the lead. Puck right to the Traverse City blue line. Now trying to move it back as Sloan Heisel brings it right into center ice. Fed ahead by Upshaw. Now back. Here comes Sophia Outman with a shot that gobbled up and saved by Norton. 8:20 left to go here in the first. 1-0. Traverse City with the lead. Face-off in the near face-off circle. That's going to be to Norton's left. Wilson in to take the face-off. On the other side, I believe that was Ashforth as that puck into the near corner, back in along the near boards, racing ahead with it. Coming ahead is Timko. Timko gets into the zone, drops it back to Ashforth. Ashforth on the near circle. Ashforth trying to get his shot away. That comes all the way back to the far point. Rocketed from there, knocked down in the slot. Loose, top of the far circle. Another blast over there from Noor as that's loose, trying to dive on it. The puck fired all the way back. Another blast as that comes off into the near corner. Moore trying to getting peppered out there and somehow keeping it out of the goal. That's going to be icing, but again, in high school hockey, you get to change on an icing, so it'll come all the way back into the Traverse City end. But they get a line change. You cannot do that on college or professional hockey. Face-off will be in the near face-off circle. That is going to be to Moore's right. Moore making sure her equipment is all on correctly. Hopefully nothing that shook loose in that flurry of saves she made. Sophia Outman versus Ashforth. That puck coming in, a save by Moore. 7:38 left to go here in the first. 1-0 is the score. Traverse City with the lead. Faceoff is going to be to Moore's left now. Again, Sophia Outman battling versus Ashforth. That puck brought ahead. Here comes Traverse City. Intercepted right at center ice. Now knocked down deep. It's trying to knock it away, as that was Ahmad back there. And to pick it up in along the far boards. And back high slot. Trying to feed it in is Beamish. That knocked away. Back to Klassen. Klassen with the shot. That's a blocker save by Norton all the way back outside the far circle. Beamish tries to put it right back behind. Now Sophia Outman trying to fire it over to Beamish. That puck back behind the goal. Now into the near corner. And pulling it ahead. Here comes. Trying to knock it away, as that was Ashforth with it. Traverse City able to hold it in. That puck back underneath the near circle. Racing ahead with it. That fed ahead by Lantigua. Now coming in with it is Timko. Timko has it poked right back into the neutral zone. Now coming ahead with it is Noor outside the near circle. Noor centering attempt is a good defensive playback over there by Gillian Heisel. Saves an excellent opportunity by Cranbrook. That'll come right back with icing back into the Traverse City zone. 6:30 left to go here in the first. 1-0 Traverse City with the lead. And this is one of 8 games that is happening today. Third in this rink. Already had 2 in this rink. Face off in that far face off circle. St. Mary 1 and then Pioneer 1. The first 2 games in this rink. Puck back. Trying to feed it ahead is Hawkins outside the near circle. Trying to dig it away. Now here comes Owens. Owens gets it over the blue line. Racing ahead with it is Bud. Now Bud chases it outside the far circle. Trying to work around with it is Antone back behind the near circle. Now that back into the neutral zone. Owens has it in her own end for Traverse City. Owens ricochets it off the far board. Trying to fire it back deep is Jopic. Puck into the far corner. Gathered up back over there by Noor for Cranbrook. Noor trying to send it down the near boards. Held in by Gillian Heisel. Gillian Heisel with a shot that just goes wide to the far side. Kim gets it outside the far circle, sends it right back into the neutral zone. Gillian Heisel down the near board. She has it at her own blue line. Feeds it all the way across over to Wilson. Wilson trying to bring it right to center ice. As working to try and knock that away was Noor, but that slips into the near corner. Pulling it back behind, trying to work down the near boards is Ashforth. Ashforth gets it back into the neutral zone. As that knocked away by Wilson. Right back over to Wilson at the blue line. As trying to bring it in, Lantigua. Lantigua outside the near circle. Lantigua. And a big battle with Feely there outside the near circle. Still trying to chip away at it. Comes into the slot, but that pulled away by Schulte. Schulte over on blue line. Schulte coming down the far board. Schulte gains his own. Schulte onto the far circle. Shot there as that's a save by Norton. 4:55 left to go here in the first. 1-0 Traverse City with the lead here at the Arctic Edge of Canton. Again, winner plays on Wednesday the 5th. That is going to be a 7:30 game here at the Arctic Edge of Canton. And puck, high slot, firing it ahead. Klassens with a shot. And that is saved by Norton. Appreciate you watching, supporting these amazing women's hockey teams. Speaking of women's hockey, there is a PWHL game happening on March 16th. Love to see everybody there. It was great to see a whole bunch of the teams last year, and want to prove that Detroit deserves a PWHL team. That puck into the slot, trying to pull it away, comes in along the near boards. Klassen with that shot, and a goal! Klassen fires it from the near circle, and just past the blocker side of Norton, and Traverse City goes up 2-1. That at 4:39. We'll see if there was an assist on that, but a sniper shot from Klassen, and it's 2-0. Traverse City Bay Reps with the lead. Face off right at center ice. That chip down, trying to pull it ahead, loose and along the far boards as Owens trying to pull that away. Klassen chips it right back. Top of the far circle, moved over, grabbing it. There's a shot by Timko. That got blocked underneath. That was an unassisted goal, by the way, by Klassen. Swept ahead by Cobb. Now all the way back into the Cranbrook zone. Racing back to get it and picked up back behind. Number 10 I don't have on my roster. That puck right over into the slot. Shot there. Picked up and fired right back behind. Blast by Cooper. That puck right back. Fed ahead by Timko. That'll go all the way down the ice. That'll be icing, and it'll head back into the Cranbrook end with 3:55 left to go. Here in the first, 2-0 is our score. Face-off in the near face-off circle. That is going to be to Norton's left. Wilson in to take the face-off on the other side. That's going to be Ashford, excuse me. It's the official getting everyone where they want. Puck into the near corner and swept all the way around by Knorr. Back to the far point, held in there, trying to fire it back deep is Freely. Puck into the near corner, picking it up is Beamish. Back behind the goal. Underneath the near circle is that split right back into the neutral zone. Excuse me, forgive the hiccups. Freely back behind the goal. Underneath the near circle, Freely moves it back over to Gillian Heisel. Gillian Heisel trying to move it away. That tipped and held in by Ashford, now brought back out as Timko trying to bring it in. That knocked away and fired right back deep by Beamish into the Cranbrook end. Gathered up back over there by Antone, back behind the goal underneath the near circle. Trying to pull that away is Beamish. Beamish, backhanded shot out in front and tipped back into the far corner. Beamish races back, trying to peel it off the end board, looking for a wraparound attempt. That puck comes onto the far circle, shot there, still loose out in front. Holding it in, Klassen has to go back, retreat as pressure coming from Timko. That puck out of play, whistle there, 2:46 left to go here. In the first, 2-0. Is our score. Traverse City with the lead. They're going to bring it to center ice. Face off there, as that is going to be Chen versus Sophia Outman. Back, picked up by Schulte. Schulte coming down the near board. Schulte gets ahead. Schulte over center ice. Schulte gains, trying to get it into the Cranbrook zone. That knocked away. Klassen has it. Back in her own end. Klassen fires it all the way back. That's going to be icing. That'll head right back into the Traverse City end. 2:27 left to go here in the first. As Moore takes a big lap and then gets right back into her crease. Face-off is going to be in the near face-off circle. That to Moore's right with 2:27 left to go. Sophia Outman in to take the face-off. As that puck chip bouncing away, taking it, and that covered up. Grabbed by Moore. Didn't want to have taking chances on knuckleball there. 2:23 left to go here in the first. Facing off again, Sophia Outman versus Sick. That puck onto that near circle, trying to fire it loose, covered up, is getting a shot away with Susara. Face off again in the near face off circle. Sick trying to get that. That puck now brought ahead, loose on that near circle, trying to get a shot away, and that went just wide by Sick. Puck back underneath the near circle. Controlled by Cranbrook, trying to fire it into the slot. That pulled back away. Here comes Sophia Outman. Sophia Outman gets it into the neutral zone, trying to turn and bring it right back in. It's Susara. Tipped right back to Traverse City's blue line. They retreat as Owens has it. Right back to center ice, racing over Sophia Outman, trying to Feed it down the far boards. Now picked up, brought in by Upshaw. Upshaw puts it back deep underneath the near circle with it. As that's Sick who has it along the far boards. Knocked down back over there by Owens. Owens goes in along the end boards from the far side to the near side. Owens onto the near circle. Owens into the slot. One-timer and a goal by Gillian Heisel. So Gillian Heisel makes it 3-0. 3-0 here with 1:31. Face-off at center ice. Bud in to take the face-off. Patel on the other side. Puck right at center ice, coming down the far boards, trying to chip it away. And it's loose. Schulte trying to get to it. And it's still loose. And Cranbrook brings it in, but offside is Hardy trying to get it into the zone. So that'll be offside. They'll bring it right back outside of the Traverse City zone in the near face-off circle. That again is going to be Patel versus Bud as that puck comes in along the near boards. Bringing ahead is Nor. Nor ricochets it all the way back deep into the Traverse City zone. Schulte gathers it up there, back behind her own goal. Schulte onto the far circle. That move top of the far circle, shot there by Patel, just goes wide outside the near circle. Trying to move it ahead is Feely. That back out through the neutral zone, slips back into the Cranbrook end. That'll be icing and head back with 53.1 seconds left into the Traverse City zone. That'll be in the near face-off circle, just to the right of Moore. It's like Wilson in to take the face-off for Traverse City. Ashford on the other side. That puck taken. Timko trying to get his shot away. That steered into the far corner. Schulte trying to get it back. That held in at the far point. Now that lifted all the way back right into center ice. Trying to pull that away is Schollard. Battle for it in along the far boards. Tipped right to center ice. Brought down the other direction. Timko trying to fire it back in. Now Schulte back behind the goal. Schulte battling with Timko. That pulled right back behind. Coming down the near boards now is here comes Wilson. Wilson over on blue line. Wilson has a head of steam. Wilson gains the zone outside the far circle. Wilson goes back behind the goal from the far side to the near side. Wilson drops that off. Drop pass over to Feely. Feely back behind the goal. Put into the far corner. Now blasted ahead. That'll go all the way down. That'll be the end of the period, as a period ended before icing happened. So at the end of one, it is 3-0 as Traverse City has the lead. We'll break for just a little bit of music, and we'll be back with your second period. As we are both teams headed out onto the ice again. We're headed into the second period, 3-0. Traverse City with the lead. Traverse City going from right to left here in the second period. Cranbrook going from left to right. Ashford to take the face-off for Cranbrook. Trying to see is the official right in the way of the Traverse City player as that was Wilson. Puck brought in, trying to get to a battle around his Cobb. Into the near corner. Cobb has it. Cobb going back behind the goal. Cobb all the way back. Top of the far circle over for Wilson. Wilson sends it back to Cobb in the far corner. Back to Wilson. That held in by Class, and now that slips back into the neutral zone. Retreating is Schulte. Schulte down the near boards. That fired in by Beamish all the way across. Racing back into the far corner to get it is Sarah Outman, and there's a big collision. As that is going to be a roughing call. That at 14-27. Into the box goes Sarah Outman. That'll be a Traverse City penalty. They took one in the first and were able to kill that off. They'll look to do the same here in the second, whereas Cranbrook wants to start cutting into this lead and get a big power play goal here for themselves. Ashford taking the face-off versus Wilson. Wilson brings the puck back behind in along the near boards and moved around outside the near circle. Beamish with it. Holding it in, trying to fire it back is Antone, and that covered up. Grabbed by Moore. 14-12 left to go here in the second. 1:45 left to go in the power play for Cranbrook. Face-off in the near face-off circle. As that top of the circle moved all the way across by Antone. Battle for it at the far point. That held in. Still digging, still battling as Nor trying to keep it in the zone now. Coming, there's a blast that got deflected as Lantigua took a big shot that moved into the near corner. That lifted, held down by Nor. Nor keeping it in. That the puck into the near corner. Trying to pull it away. Back behind is Wilson. Wilson coming down the far boards. Trying to get it out of the zone. Battle for it back over there as chipping away at it, Beamish. Now that moved into the slot, trying to get a big shot away. It's Timko. That chipped, to the point now, all the way out into the neutral zone. Lantigua has it down on the near boards. Moved away, trying to fire it back deep is Schulte, who banks it off the far board, and that'll slip back into the Cranbrook end with 52 seconds left on the Cranbrook power play. 13-17 left to go. Here in Lantigua firing it back deep here in the second. That offside. That faceoff will come right back outside of the zone. That'll be in the far faceoff circle just in front of the Cranbrook end. In taking the faceoff, Cooper on one side, Sick on the other. As that puck back to center, controlled by Cranbrook. Nor firing it ahead. Now gathered up, working her way in. That fired back deep as that's moved in by Kim. Puck down the near boards, racing over, trying to get to it is Sloan Heisel. Lantigua trying to pull it away. Nor makes a move down the near boards. Moore trying to get it into the Traverse City zone. That stopped right at the blue line. 17 seconds left on the Cranbrook power play. Back the other direction. Here comes Owens. Owens over center ice. Owens gets some speed. Owens stops. Top of the near circle. Backhanded into the slot. That deflects just wide to the far side. Grabbed there by Sloan Heisel, who feeds it back to the far point. Shot there. Sticked away by Norton outside the near circle. Turning. That fired right by Sloan Heisel, right through the slot. As racing over trying to get to it is Upshaw, who loses an edge. That puck battle, top of the far circle. Poked ahead. Shot there. Covered up by Norton. Blast by Upshaw, and the penalty has expired as Traverse City back to full strength. 12-10 left to go here in the second. 3-0. Traverse City with the lead. Face-off in the far face-off circle. That is going to be to Norton's left. Sophia Outman in to take the face-off for Traverse City. On the other side, it's going to be Kim. As that puck back to the far point. Klassens with the blast there, taking back. Sophia Outman puts it into the slot, bouncing puck. as that'll be all the way back as hand raised, whistle blown at 11:59. Tripping the call. That at 11:59 into the box goes Sarah Outman for Traverse City. Face-off in the far face-off circle. That is to the right of Moore. Ashford in to take the face-off. Now they'll move it over into the near circle. Wilson to take the face-off for Traverse City. Ashford on the other side. Puck drops outside the near circle. Antigua trying to get to it. That blasted back to the near point. Shot there by Antone. Over, steered into the far corner. 11:50 left to go here in the second. 3-0. Traverse City with the lead, but they're shorthanded for 1 minute 52 seconds left on the Cranbrook power play. Ashford again versus Wilson. Puck into the slot. Ashford trying to get to it as that slips past. Knorr racing back trying to get to it as tangled up, and that coming in. Shot that got deflected. As a pair of players got tangled up there, then looks like that's going to be a penalty coming up to Knorr. So Knorr into the box, that for interference. At 11:35, Cranbrook penalty. So we'll have 1:37 of 4-on-4 hockey. Cranbrook trying to get it all the way down the ice. Racing back to get to it is Owens. Owens will grab it. Back behind her own goal line, underneath the near circle, trying to move it ahead over to Beamish. That shot from the near point, fired back deep by Cranbrook, and that was Lantigua pulling it, or excuse me, that was Antone pulling it back deep. Now coming the other direction, here comes Hawkins, here comes Owens. Owens outside the near circle, Owens trying to get to it, delayed penalty upcoming, that tipped. We had 105 with 4-on-4 hockey. Now we're going to have fun 4-on-3 hockey for a little bit, as that's going to be a tripping call at 11:03. Into the box goes Ashford. So Traverse City with a 4-on-3 power play. As that picked up, top of the far circle coming in. They'll have a short 5-on-3 shot there and a goal. Traverse City puts it in at 10:54. As that is Upshaw with the goal. That'll make it 4-0. Traverse City with the lead. Face off right at center ice. That puck back. Trying to feed it ahead over there is Owens. All the way. Owens gains the zone over. Trying to get it right back to Upshaw. Into the near corner. Upshaw trying to get a centering attempt. And knocked away. Now trying to bring it up is Owens. All the way over and along the far boards. Sloan Heisel had it. Now that brought ahead. Racing ahead with it. Coming in with it is Timko. Timko trying to get his shot away. Schulte pulling it into the far corner. Now coming back behind is Owens. Owens fires it all the way down the ice. That's going to be icing as it's 4-on-4 hockey for 19 seconds. And then it'll be a 56-second power play, if I can do some basic math, for Traverse City. Face-off in the near face-off circle. That is going to be to the left of Moore. 4-0, 10-14 left to go. Traverse City with the lead. Cranbrook would love to get that next goal. They want to try and peel back some of this momentum from Traverse City. Traverse City wants to just keep on gunning and going. Sick taking the face-off. They'll drop it again right at the near face-off circle. Sophia Outman on the other side. The puck coming down the near boards, brought ahead by Feely. Now racing ahead, coming in is Beamish. Beamish outside the far circle. Beamish. And puck pulled away by Knorr. As now 55-second power play for Traverse City. Puck right back into the near corner of the Cranbrook zone as Lantigua fires it all the way down the ice. It skitters on edge. Now rolls on end all the way back. Claessens has it back behind her own goal. Sick trying to provide pressure. That fired to the blue line. Now back. Retreating Cranbrook. Trying to move it to the Traverse City blue line. That racing ahead. Here comes Feely. Feely outside the near circle. Feely gets it over. Beamish with a shot. Battle and a goal. Power play goal makes it 5-0 there, and that is at 9:25. As that one's going to be Beamish who put it in. Face off right at center ice as that's Wilson in there versus Ashford. Ashford coming down the far boards, 5-0. Cranbrook really wants to try and get the next goal. Coming in, Lantigua with it. Lantigua into the slot. That goes just wide. And peel it off. That put into the near corner. Coming down the near boards. Cobb bringing it over center ice. Cobb coming into the zone. Cobb onto the near circle. Trying to steer it away. Wouldn't settle down for Cooper. And pulled right back outside the far circle. Moved back to the far point. Stopped there by Gillian Heisel. Now intercepted by Cranbrook. 8:50 left to go. Coming ahead with it. Pulled in by Ashford. Ashford trying to get to it right back to center ice. Now Wilson. And knocked away. Trying to pick it up. And it's sent all the way across by Hardy. Now grabbed by Cooper. Cooper gets it deep into the Cranbrook zone. Cooper trying to get a shot away. That covered up and saved by Norton. Picked up back behind by Wilson. Wilson underneath the far circle. Feely goes underneath the near circle. Feely, top of the near circle. Feely moves it over to Schulte with a shot. That got blocked out in front. Pulled down by Ashford. Ashford trying to move it out of the zone. Banks it off the near board. Now racing ahead with it. Trying to get to it is Sasawa. Sasawa has it back. Lantigua fires it right back outside the near circle. And coming the other direction. Fired back deep by Ivina into the Cranbrook zone. 7:55 left to go here in the second. Puck in along the near boards. Here comes Patel. Patel gets it deep into the Traverse City zone. Back to get it is Owens. Owens back behind her own goal. Stopping, trying to avoid pressure back there by Sasawa. Now going back, picking it up back over there is Antone for Cranbrook. Antone trying to fire it back deep. That intercepted by Schulte. Schulte knocks it off the near boards, trying to get it over to Jopic. Now coming in, that tipped away as bringing it in with Sasawa. Wouldn't settle down. Now here comes Traverse City. Owens moving it over, shot, and that goes up into the netting. 7:12 left to go here in the second. 5-0. Traverse City with the lead. Face-off is going to be in the near face-off circle. That is going to be to the right of Norton. Sophia Outman to take the face-off. Ashford on the other side. That puck into the near corner. Controls, bringing it around is Antone. Antone all the way across, trying to move it over to Timko. That puck back into the neutral zone. As that's Gillian Heisel trying to move it the other direction. Cranbrook right in front of the scorer's bench. And blasted all the way back, deflected. As Feely has it. Feely trying to move it out of the zone. Then onto the far circle of the Traverse City zone. Put outside the far circle. Now trying to move it over. Intercepted by Antone. Tipped right out. Delayed offside as Cranbrook has to touch up. Now they do. Puck back behind the Traverse City goal. Sophia Outman moves it over. Tipped ahead by Upshaw. But intercepted. Coming the other direction is Antone. Antone trying to avoid pressure by Sophia Outman. Antone down the far boards. And puck corralled. Now backhanded ahead by Gillian Heisel down the near boards. Bringing it in is Upshaw. Upshaw outside the near circle. Upshaw. Oh, trying to move it over. As that blast right through the slot, Sophia Outman has that tipped all the way back. That'll go into the Traverse City zone. Gillian Heisel knocks it off the far board, going the other direction. Tipped right back in, coming in with it. Here comes Suey, and offside the call. 5:55 left to go here in the second, 5-0. Traverse City with the lead. There's one more game in this rink after this one, as that is going to be Northville versus Regina Lutheran North and Austin. In along the far boards, controlled right at the blue line. Then Chico trying to get to that. That working in. There's a shot and a goal by Sarah Outman. Sarah Outman cut across the crease, able to sneak it in the near post, and it's now 6-0. That at 5:46. So Sarah Outman with that goal, Traverse City goal. Six to nothing, Traverse City. Cranbrook now desperate to get the next goal. If Traverse City, I think they still have the Mercy roll in the playoffs, they would be an 8-goal differential that would, in the third, that would stop the game. Puck down the far boards, trying to pull it off the far board is Wilson. There's a blast by Klassen from the far point. Right back to the near point to Schulte. Schulte backhands it, that into the near corner. Trying to pull that away. Back behind that puck. Schulte with the blast. That goes just wide. Picked up back behind by Beamish. Beamish in along the M boards. As down the near boards now. Chipped as Lantigua knocks it back out into the neutral zone. But Schulte fires it right back in. Cranbrook back behind their own net. Cranbrook trying to avoid incoming pressure by Beamish. That down the far boards. Fed ahead. Oh, I believe that's Parker with it. That back into the near corner. 4:45 left to go here. Backhanded back deep into the near corner. Cranbrook controls there, losing an edge. That is going to be a penalty at 4:37. So penalty at 4:37. Tripping called. So into the box goes Wilson. Face off back in the Traverse City zone. Ashford in to take the face off. Cooper on the other side. And puck loose on that circle. Sent back in along the end boards. Racing over to get to it is Owens. And puck down the near board. Antone from her own blue line trying to move it ahead over to Timko. Timko at the far point. That gets knocked back out into the neutral zone. Trying to sweep it ahead. That fired all the way back. Corralled by Antone. Antone down the far boards over center ice. Antone gains his own. Antone top of the far circle. Tipped back away. Back behind by Gillian Heisel. Back into the neutral zone. Ashford has to reset. Moved ahead. Now racing in with it is Timko. Top of the far circle. That moved right back out. Lantigua racing over in along the near boards. Or excuse me, that was Antone. No, Lantigua is chasing it over there. That cleared all the way down the ice. 1:09 left to go in the power play for Cranbrook. 3:41 left to go here in the second. The puck right to center ice. Intercepted. Racing in with it is Owens. That's fired off the glass. Puck into the near corner. Lantigua trying to bring it ahead. Lantigua over to Ashford. Ashford down the far boards, but that's sent right back in deep as Beamish fires it deep into the Cranbrook end. 40 seconds left on the Cranbrook power play. 3:14 left to go here in the second. As that puck lifted. Cobb sends it all the way down. That'll be icing and head right back into the Cranbrook end with 3:06 left to go. 29 seconds left on the 5-on-4 power play for Cranbrook. We have had great crowds here all tournament long. Big crowds on Wednesday, big crowds today. We appreciate everyone coming out and cheering on these teams. Sick moves it back to the far point. Held in banner by Klassen. Sends it right back behind. Picked up by Beamish. Beamish going back behind the Cranbrook goal. Trying to come down the far boards with his Sasawa. And back right to the neutral zone. Schulte down the near board. Schulte rips it back in. Chasing it back over is Anton. Anton back behind. Oh, the puck wouldn't settle down for her. Now gathered up into the slot. Moved back to the blue line. Held in there by Traverse City, but swept back to center ice. Down the far boards is Gillian Heisel. Gillian Heisel gets it right in front of the Traverse City bench. That gets deflected off of a Cranbrook player. In along the near board, Schulte has it at the near point. Backhands it deep into the near corner. And picked up by Sarah Outman trying to feed it in front. There's a blast that goes just wide to the far side. Now Knorr has it in along the far boards for Cranbrook. Held in at the far point as Ashford gets it back in along the M board. Sick trying to pull that away. And blasted right back deep into the Cranbrook end. 2:02 left to go here in the second. 6-0. Traverse City with the lead. Trying to dig it out of there is Cobb. That puck. Gillian Heisel has it outside the near circle into the near corner. Now in the near circle, trying to work her way with it is Upshaw. Upshaw, top of the far circle. Back to the point. Feely with a shot. And deflects wide. And top of the near circle, trying to fire it right back in. Gillian Heisel into the near corner. Sarah Outman trying to feed it in front. And puck underneath the far circle. Back to the far point. That one slips through. Racing back, Feely trying to get to it before pressure can come from Seasauer. 1:20 left to go here in the second. Into the near corner it goes with Gillian Heisel. Now back over trying to peel that away as Wilson. Out in front and covered up as it was right on the doorstep was Patel, and good job by Moore to cover that up with 1:09 left to go here in the second. We'll have ice resurfacing between the second and third period. Face-off in the near face-off circle. And it looks like that is Lantigua versus Sophia Outman. Puck into the near corner. That's sent all the way around the boards outside the far circle. Now Klassen has it back behind her own goal. 58 seconds left to go. Puck in along the far boards now. Right to the blue line. Here comes Sarah Outman. Sarah Outman is knocked off the puck. Trying to bring it right back in. Battle for it right at center ice. Klassen trying to chip that away. Down the near boards. Klassen again trying to get it over to Sarah Outman. That pulled in by Lantigua. Lantigua top of the far circle. Shot there. Up in across the glass. Didn't touch the netting there. So all the way back to the blue line. Holding it in, trying to put it back deep as Patel. That picked back up at center ice. Moved down the near boards. Cranbrook trying to dig it off the near board with 21 seconds left to go. And launched back by Hawkins. The puck will slide in along the end boards. 14 seconds left to go here in the second. Racing in is Owens. And that puck brought out by Hardy. Collected, fired down the far boards by Schulte. Back to grab it is Ahmad. Whoa, that shot just misses the near post. That'll do it for the second. 6-0. Traverse City with the lead as we head into the second intermission. We'll play some music from the we'll play a little music. We will be back with your second period. Or I'm going to try English. Let me reset. We're into the second intermission. We will be back with your third period action here at the break. It's 6-0. Traverse City with the lead. You're watching the Michigan Girls High School Hockey League playoffs, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting. as the officials back out on the ice here as we are at the Michigan Girls High School Hockey League playoffs at the Arctic Edge of Canton. All the playoff games are happening here, including the finals, which will be a week from today, 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock for the Division I and Division II games. Don't forget that there is a PWHL not playoff game, but PWHL takeover game happening on March 16th. We'd love to see a whole bunch of people there supporting having a professional women's hockey team here in Detroit, trying to convince the league that this is a great place to put it. And all these young women here playing should be able to look up and see that there is a professional league and women who actually can play this at that level in this state. 15 minutes up on the clock as it's 6-0. Traverse City with the lead. Cranbrook coming out of the locker room to the right. Traverse City is going to be going from left to right here in the third period as Moore getting her crease marked up just the way she likes it. And over to the right, it's Norton getting things going there as Cranbrook going from right to left. Again, if Traverse City scores 2 more goals and Cranbrook does not score a goal in the meantime, so if it's a 8-goal differential, it will be a mercy. I believe they're still doing it during the playoffs. Only happens in the third period, though. Getting ready here. Obviously, Cranbrook has other plans. They'd like to mount a epic comeback here in the third, whereas Traverse City wants to continue to cruise. The winners will be advancing to play on Wednesday. That is going to be 7:30 here at the Arctic Edge of Canton. As Wilson in to take the face-off versus Ashford. Down the far boards as and back into the Traverse City zone. Ashford has it. Top of the far circle. Now trying to pull that away. Battling in there. Suey trying to get it as well. That comes onto the near circle with a shot, and that deflected up into the netting as Timko with the blast from the near circle. That went off a Klassen stick. That's going to stay in the near face-off circle. That just to the right of Moore as they'll get another puck. Looks like that one went out of play. Again, it's going to be Wilson in there versus Ashford. 14:41 left to go here in the third. Down the near boards, trying to get it out of the zone is Beamish. Trying to chip it the other direction is Noor for Cranbrook. Excuse me, got tongue-tied there. That puck. Trying to pull it away. Noor for Cranbrook, trying to get it back deep now. And pulled off. Trying to move it around is Timko. Outside the near circle. That pulled back the other direction. Fired by Beamish all the way down the ice. They'll roll on edge. Skittering back. Trying to get to it in time was Wilson. No such luck. They'll head right back into the Traverse City zone with 14:12 left to go here in the third. 6-0 Traverse City with the lead. Face off in the near. Face off circle. That is to Moore's right. Sophia Outman in to take the face off. On the other side, I believe that's Sick taking it as that puck comes in along the end boards. Trying to peel it out of there. Owens trying to go right back behind her own goal. Fired all the way down the ice. That will be icing again and bring it right back into the Traverse City end. 13:58 left to go. If you are looking for the Livingston Mercy game, that should be starting in 20 minutes. Just on the other rink. And we should have that on the bar over to the right if you're watching the different games. Or scroll down to the bottom of the page to see. I have a window for each rink. That's sent right back as Schulte has it. Schulte fires it down the far boards for Traverse City. That intercepted, trying to bring it right back in by Kim. Knocked right to center ice. Trying to chip it deep was Lantigua. That comes right back to the Cranbrook blue line. Now coming in. Shot over as good save by Norton. As that was moved over to... Trying to see who that was. Was that Schulte? No, excuse me. That was a blast over to Sloan Heisel, but able to cover it up. Excellent job there by Norton. Face-off will be to Norton's left in the near face-off circle. Wilson in to take the face-off. Ashford on the other side. That puck into the near corner. Cranbrook trying to bring it back behind their own goal. As that spun around, Knorr has it underneath the near circle. Knorr firing it ahead, held in by Schulte. Schulte with the shot, but that deflects off of the defender. Back pulling it is Feely. Feely down the far board. And puck will go right back into the near corner. That'll be icing. 13-12 left to go. So that'll come back into the Traverse City end. 6-0 Traverse City with the lead. Face-off will be to the left of Moore. And it'll be in the far face-off circle. And that's Wilson, as on the other side was Patel. Puck in along the near boards. That comes back to the near point, holding it in his Knorr now, trying to get a big shot there. Timko just goes wide. That puck, centering attempt, that knocked away. Wilson has it. Now a shot, blast from the top of the far circle, got deflected back into the neutral zone. Controlling, Knorr down the near boards, gets it over to Timko. Timko gains his own. Timko, that shot just goes wide in along the far boards. Owens trying to bring it down the far boards, trying to get it out of the Traverse City zone. And pulled back over by Patel. There's a shot and a save by Moore. 12:35 left to go here in the third. 6-0 Traverse City with the lead. Face-off will be in the far face-off circle. That is going to be to Moore's left. We really do thank all of you for watching and supporting this amazing sport of women's hockey and these wonderful athletes. As Sophia Outman wins it into the far corner. That pulled all the way around, trying to take it out of there is Beamish racing ahead. Trying to get to it is Sarah Outman. Sarah Outman right in front. Sarah Outman with the shot. That just goes wide. Picked up back behind by Beamish. Beamish underneath the far circle. All the way back to the far point, trying to hold it in was Owens, but that slips back into the Traverse City end. 12 minutes, 12 seconds left to go here in the third. Bringing it ahead, Sophia Outman, who started off the scoring. And was a stop there by Norton. Puck into the near corner. Lantigua with it, trying to move it over to Parker. And puck back to the near point. Held in there by Gillian Heisel. And comes loose outside the near circle. Trying to sweep it ahead. Antigua still racing, trying to get to it. Puck into the far corner. Trying to feed it ahead. That'll go all the way back into the Traverse City zone. Icing waved off. Get picked up back behind by Gillian Heisel. Gillian Heisel moves it down the near boards. Ahmad just misses holding it in. That'll come all the way back. Knorr trying to get to it before Wilson can. Knorr onto the far circle for Cranbrook. Knorr trying to move it as that tip back as Upshaw has it in along the end boards. Upshaw from the far side. Upshaw underneath the far circle. Upshaw moves it back to the point. Coming in. There's a blast. Good save by Norton. As a wicked shot by Sloan Heisel. Sloan Heisel with another one that went off of a skate out in front. Pulled back behind. Trying to move it in front is Feely. Shot and a goal. As Traverse City makes it 7-0. That with 11:02 left to go. Wilson on the score. Cranbrook now desperate to get that next goal to keep this game going. Trying to have a big comeback as Traverse City could seal the deal with the next goal. Wilson right at center ice. That puck down in along the near boards. Klassen races back to get it. Trying to get to it before she can is Sasawa. Ricocheted off the near board. Chip controlled, now fired in along the far board. Schulte with it. Schulte coming ahead with it. Schulte gains his own. Schulte, top of the far circle into the slot. Shot there. Saved by Norton. Upshaw gets the assist on that last goal by Wilson. 10:39 left to go here in the third. 7-0 Traverse City with the lead. Face-off in the far face-off circle. That is going to be to Norton's right. In to take the face-off is Bud on one side and Ashford on the other. Puck controlled by Cranbrook coming down the near boards. Lantigua trying to get it out of the zone. Klassen holds it in. Lantigua chases it. Now that pull back behind. Cranbrook feeds it down the far board. Schulte holds it in at the far point. Blast there. That just goes wide. Now in along the near boards trying to pull it out of there. Timko digging it outside the near circle. Timko battling with Klassen and still trying to dig around with it. There's a whistle. 10-11 left to go here in the third. 7-0. Traverse City with the lead. As offsetting penalties into the box, roughing called, and into the box goes, is that Jopic? And then didn't catch a number. Offsetting penalties though, so we'll stay 5-on-5 hockey. Face-off is in the near face-off circle. That is to Norton's left. Puck top now, high slot, blast there. That goes just wide. That was a shot by Owens. Puck into the near corner, racing for it, trying to get to it. Slantigua again trying to pull it away underneath. Now coming down the airboards, here comes Cranbrook. Cranbrook makes a move. Ashford trying to move it ahead, trying to make it over to Timko. Now the puck into the near corner, pulled away by Gillian Heisel, back behind her own goal. And trying to dig it out of there. Owens, as that puck goes outside the near circle. Cobb with it there. Cobb trying to get it centered up. That puck held in at the blue line. Now knocked away from Suey. Coming ahead is Cooper. Cooper gains the zone. Cooper outside the near circle. That into the Cranbrook end. Ashford trying to get to it. Coming in. Sophia Altman with a shot. And puck into the far corner. Now Lantigua comes down over center ice. Lantigua gains the Traverse City zone. Lantigua into the far corner. Traverse City, one of the players missing a stick now. 9:07 left to go here in the third. 7-0. Cobb trying to move the puck out of the zone. Here comes Schulte. Schulte over center ice. Schulte gains his own. Schulte trying to move past four Cranbrook players. Schulte back behind the goal from the near side to the far side. Schulte onto that far circle. Schulte high slot, and she continues to wheel her way around the net. Schulte back behind the net again. Looking for a good pass that tipped away. Is able to hold it in with Feely. And puck into the slot, knocked down as it'll go right back behind the goal. Nor has it there, trying to move it in along the near boards. Now get lifted. Schulte holds it in at the near point. That shot went right off the back of Antone's leg. That could have felt good, and a shot and a goal. As that at 8:20 left. As that goal, that was Sarah Outman with the goal. Sophia Outman started the scoring, and Sarah Outman finished it up at 8:20. And that is the game, 8-0. Traverse City advances. They will play on Wednesday, as they will have the 7:30 game on Wednesday versus the winner of the Mid-Michigan Alliance Grosse Pointe North game. That probably has ended, but I don't know exactly who finished it. 23 shots by the Bay Reps Traverse City, 9 by Cranbrook. And the biz tradition of sports, the post-game handshake. We will be back at 4:30 with our final game from this rink of the day, as that is going to be Northville, the Northville Mustangs versus the Regina Lutheran North and Austin combined unified team. And we'll be right back. Thank you.